My name's Jake Hyland. I'm an agent with Hayden Outdoors. We're up here on the County Line Ranch. Sits about 20 miles north of Gregory, South Dakota, in a little town called Iona. Sitting up here on 1,718 acres. It's a mix between tillable ground and ranch country. Some of the best managed ground I've been on, and you can tell that the current owners are true stewards of the land when you walk the pastures and the grass is, waist high, and we're sitting out here about the middle of July. This property's set up with 3 different pastures for rotational grazing, 718 acres of tillable ground. Just an awesome piece of ground out here in the middle of South Dakota. The ranch has been really well managed from a ranching standpoint with the cattle, but also ran as a top shelf hunting operation. There's trophy mule deer, trophy whitetail. The turkey hunting on the property is phenomenal. There's turkeys in almost every draw. I think every time I've been on the property for visits, there's been turkeys in basically every draw on the property. Trophy mule deer will range anywhere between 170 inches up to, there's deer on the property that can get in the 190 class range. Whitetail, there's a lot of deer in the 140 class. There has been deer seen on the property as recent as last year that'll be in the Boone and Crockett class, pushing 200 inches. The pheasant hunting on this property, you're located between Gregory, Winter, and Chamberlain. That region makes up the Golden Triangle of South Dakota. Pheasant hunting on this property will rival anything in the state of South Dakota. The lodge sits back in one of the draws. It's a real neat little private drive that takes you up into the trees right there. It's real secluded. Sleeps 12 people, has a full kitchen upstairs, full bathroom upstairs, full bathroom downstairs. It's set up ideally for an awesome private hunting camp, or would make a great addition to an existing operation. The lodge meets all the state mandates to be ran as a commercial pheasant operation. There's a large pole barn on the property. It's got a bunch of pens on it, working corrals, turnkey for someone looking for a cattle operation, a true producer. It'd make it an awesome investment property for someone to be able to set something up for a cash rent on the farming and the ranching, and then enjoy their own personal hunting all fall. The property is really unique in the fact that you have all of your crop ground up on top of a big plateau, and 360 degrees around that crop ground makes up a bunch of different draws, and that's your pasture. And it's a really unique setting where the wildlife, the cattle, everything will be in those draws and can come up and utilize that crop ground. In the fall, you'll see a lot of deer use those draws to stay out of the elements, stay out of the weather, but then have food right up on top of the plateau. There's a lot of sloughs, shelter belts that intermix in between the crop ground and the bluffs, giving a really unique habitat. Awesome habitat for pheasants, certainly, but there's a lot of deer. The white-tailed deer will stay up on top of the plateau and bed in the sloughs. The County Line Ranch has a lot of great water options for both cattle and wildlife alike. Every draw has water in the bottom of it. There's a lot of potholes up on top of the property, giving a really good diverse watering source for deer, pheasants, turkey, obviously cattle. I would say this pheasant hunting on the County Line Ranch would rival anything that's found in the state of South Dakota. The diversity on this ranch makes it a great opportunity for someone to have cash rent on the grazing, cash rent on the crop ground, and also enjoy it in the fall from a private hunting standpoint, or be ran as a commercial operation. The deer on the County Line Ranch have been extremely well managed. In the past, the owners have taken 3 to 5 trophy class deer off of it a year, and they work really hard to make sure that the age structure is there on the ranch. And they also, from a ranching standpoint, make sure they're managing for the cattle, but also leaving enough cover behind for the wildlife in the fall and winter months to be able to stay on the property. If the ranch is unpressured, a lot of those animals have no reason to leave the ranch year-round. It's got the food, it's got the cover, it's got the water. There's deep draws that make a 360-degree perimeter around the 718 acres of cropland up on top. There's shelter belts that run all the way down to each draw There's numerous sloughs on the property that hold water. Most of them are holding water year-round, and it's just a setup that I think you're gonna be hard-pressed to find anything that's this turnkey in South Dakota. You can contact either myself, Jake Highland, at 970-227-8990, or John Harity to set up your own private qualified showing.